What is up, guys? It's BrianWoldNeverSleep.com, and I have tan lines. I know it's kind of ridiculous, but I don't really wear tank tops. But it's so hot in Maryland that today I thought I would. You're welcome. Anyway, guys, the focus of today's training is going to be on the 18-inch deadlift. The reason why is because one of the events at Nationals is the Hummer tire deadlift. And since I personally do not have Hummer tires, got to go with the 18-inch deadlift. It's basically a block pull with the axle, and the event is as many reps as possible in 60 seconds at 600 pounds. For the 231 weight class. That is pretty light, so it's gonna be a rep fest, and I am not excited about rep fest. But before that, we have some animal walks and some body weight conditioning, so let's go get after it. What is going on, guys, and welcome to the commentary section of this video. So today we're starting out with some animal walks and some body weight conditioning, just trying to work on some training for explosiveness. This is gonna do a couple things for you. Number one, it's gonna drive up your body temperature as a warm-up, because animal walks are not easy. Animals are tough. And number two, it's going to prime your central nervous system for the work that you're about to do. If you're planning on lifting anything heavy, it's more about being explosive and fast. Even though the weight on the bar is going to determine how quick your bar speed actually is, you're still intending to move it as fast as possible. So if you're moving slowly during warm-ups, or you're moving the bar slowly during your warm-up sets, you're teaching your body exactly what you want it to do, and when things get heavy, it's going to just focus on that. So I try to recommend that people do some sort of explosiveness prior to actually getting to a bar. So if you're doing something upper body focused, you may want to try something like bear crawls or gator walks like you just saw me do. And if you're going to do lower body, whether it be squats or deadlifts, some sort of jumping or bounding can do a lot, whether it be box jumps or burpee broad jumps like you see me doing here. Because the same way that you extend your hip explosively is the exact same thing that you're going to be doing when the bar is in your hands. Plus, it's going to increase your conditioning as well as your total body coordination, which is never a bad thing. So incorporate some of these into your warm-up and see how it works out for you. From there, we move on to the 18-inch deadlift, which you guys see me set up here. All that it is basically a block pull, and if you can imagine the coolness of having Hummer tires on the end of the bar, that's the same height that it would be. Now, a lot of people can really load up weight on this, but I am not one of them. You would think because the bar is starting so much higher that it would be easier, but for me personally, that is my dead zone. I can break the bar off the floor, and then it slows down around mid-shin to my knee area, and then once I get past that, I can definitely lock it out. But it kind of takes your leg drive out of the movement, so for me personally, breaking the inertia of the initial pull is really where I struggle. But as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it is an event at Nationals, so I don't really have a choice in it. I need to work it. For the 231 class that I compete in, the weight will be 600 pounds for as many reps as possible in 60 seconds. So today all I was trying to do was work up to that 600 pounds and just get a decent working set in, which you're about ready to see here. I ended up getting a set of 10, but it really wasn't that bad and I didn't push too deep into my reserves. One of the cool parts about strongman is that you cannot only be strong, you also need to have good muscular endurance and good conditioning, which really comes into play when you're doing something for as many reps as possible in 60 seconds. Because if you can go before you're ready, you'll end up getting more reps than the next guy. That is kind of the end game. The first 7 reps went easy enough, but then as you can see here, I need to start taking breaths between my reps, which I really need to get better at before Nationals rolls around. Because there's going to be a lot of guys that are literally going to go that entire 60 seconds without a break and probably going to end up in the 20 to 25 rep range. It is really shocking how good some of these guys really are. After that, I moved on to my main assistance work for the day, which were SSB good mornings with the pin set at the start of my deadlift height. So you guys can see the kind of spotter arms there. They're set at a height that I would start my deadlift pull at. If you're not already doing this exercise, I would highly encourage you to do so because it will help your deadlift as well as your squat. Because not much else is going to tax your lower back and your hamstrings more than this movement. The main point to consider is to keep the bar over the middle of your foot to slightly in front of the middle of your foot. And to do this, all you have to do is brace really hard and then push your butt back, feel your hamstrings wind up, and then reverse the motion. And then I added in some arm over arm sled pull for the conditioning as well as taxing my grip. A lot of people think that this exercise is going to smoke their arms, but it really doesn't. Your arms just kind of stabilize it. It's more of your legs. As you can see here, you climb up the rope and then you kind of leg press to pull the sled towards you. At heavy weights, it will definitely have you wondering why there's not more oxygen in the room, and it also builds tolerance for continually bracing and then relaxing and then having to brace again, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing on that 18-inch deadlift, So hopefully this is gonna help me in the long run. All right, video recap. So 600 for 10 is not bad for my first time giving it a shot. Definitely had a couple more in me, but I wanted to leave a few in the tank because I still got other stuff that I want to get done this week. I hope you guys enjoyed laughing at me with the animal walks and the bodyweight stuff, but I'm telling you, if you want to become more athletic and learn total body coordination, animal walks will do it. Just make sure no one's watching. Make sure you don't tape it and put it on YouTube for 10 people to watch. But I did want to take a second and talk about the events for Nationals and what I like and don't like about them. Event number 1 is a circus dumbbell clean and press. We have to clean every rep. It's as many reps as possible in 60 seconds, and the weight for the 231 weight class is 160 pounds. If you're brand new to the channel, here's a secret. I hate the circus dumbbell. If you're not brand new to the channel, here's another secret. I really hate the circus dumbbell. Some of the top guys in the class are definitely going to be in the double digits, probably closer to 15. Really don't know where I'll end up, but I'm hoping to be in the top third of the class for that one. Event number 2 is the Hummer tire deadlift. As many reps as possible in 6 seconds at 600 pounds for the 231 pound weight class. That's what I was trying to replicate today, and you guys saw me get 10, but I really wasn't pushing. I'd expect top guys to be in the 20 to 25 rep range. I don't know. The rack deadlift is not a very good event for me because I can actually almost pull as much from the floor as I can from that position. Some guys can pull a ton more from that block height. Not me. But I'm gonna give it my best shot. We'll see what happens. Event number 3 is a 60-foot yoke carry as fast as possible at 700 pounds. It's a pretty light weight, but to be completely honest, there are some monsters at the yoke, and there's some dudes who will pick that weight up and literally sprint with it. Foot speed needs to get picked up a little bit, but I don't think I'll do too bad there. Time will tell. Event 4 is a Husfeldstone carry at 350 pounds for max distance. If you guys don't know what a Husfeldstone is, it's that big stone that's shaped like a shield that you pick up and you front carry, and people look really miserable while doing it. It's because it is really miserable. I'm actually going this Saturday to go try that out, but I do have a decently strong upper back and decent endurance. So hopefully that'll be a good event for me. The last event is a carry medley where you have to sprint with a 225 pound keg, 60 feet loaded onto a platform, sprint back, grab another 225 pound keg, sprint 40 feet, loaded on a platform, and then sprint back. I don't know if I have those distances right. You sprint back and forth. You guys know what I'm saying. Anyway, then you need to sprint back and grab a stone of steel, which is actually an Atlas stone that is made of steel. No tacky, only chalk. You need to pick that thing up, run with it, and then load it on a platform. Time stops when all 3 implements are loaded. I'd like to believe that I move pretty quickly with things. My foot's gonna play a little bit of a role. Like I said in the last video, a lot of these events are gonna be determined by how my foot is feeling and how bad off I am. But I'm just gonna try to be as smooth as possible, move those implements quickly, hopefully end up with a good time. Anyway, those are the events for Nationals, and those are my feelings about it. Thank you guys very much for watching the video, and if you're new here from Alan Thrall's channel, I just want to say welcome. And thank you very much to Alan for pushing some people my way. It means a whole lot. Look around, leave some comments. I try to get back to every single person who does comment, because I really appreciate when people do that for me. But my tan lines and I are going to wrap this thing up, so keep working hard, be nice to each other, go out and do something awesome with your life today, and I'll catch up with you later in the week.